Hi, it's Lizzy here from Dragon Tree Emporium. This is my first video. Quite nervous. But I just wanted to chat. I've been trying to do a unpack with me, get my new office slash bedroom organized, and it's just taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So I figured I would take today, Labor day off, to kind of do just a little short introduction video. As I said, I am Lizzy. I am a crafter in Indianapolis. I live here with my partner and my two cats, who one of them is currently just off screen, and I would be surprised if he does not show up at some point. I am chronically ill. I have autism and ADHD, and so it's all kind of very sporadic. I knit, I crochet, I do a little bit of sewing and embroidery. I am a giant nerd, hence the kigurumi and the little fox pal from Worlds Beyond Number. Shout out Worlds Beyond Number Pod. It's a great podcast if anybody's interested. Um, I was inspired to do this by a handful of YouTubers. Allie Makes Everything, Passionate Kelsey, Hollyana, and Bernadette Banner. I've been following Bernadette and watching her stuff probably since the very beginning. If not the very beginning, then like maybe a year or two into it. So it's been well over a decade. And it's always just been kind of in the back of my mind. I just decided to go for it. So here we go. Um, all right. Currently on my hook is this little baby blanket. Who am I making for? I don't know. I reached into my bag of yarn and blindly pulled out something, and it was this white. Look at how pretty it is, though. Like, it's got these little like speckles in it of different colors. And I have a few of those skeins of those that my in-laws gave me. And then I have this really soft, like mint green color that's the same yarn. And it's just very lovely. It's 100% cotton, so it's safe for baby. I'm trying to do it as tight as I can so that there's not super big holes. There are some, but it can just be like a little lay-on blanket for it. I love this. The stitch is just, I think it's called the Essential Blanket Stitch. But you do each little clump is one single crochet and then two double crochets, and then you skip two, and again single crochet, two double crochets. So it's really easy. It crochets up fairly quickly. I think I also have this yarn in pink, so I might be adding some stripes of pink into that. I don't know how much it cost. It was free. The yarn was all a gift, so I don't know if I'm gonna list it on my shop to sell, or if I'm just going to like donate it or give it to somebody. I don't have anything on my knitting needles as of yet, but that's because I need to wrap these into a cake instead of being a hank. And yes, I do use just a can of soda because I don't really have the space for a what is it, the Swift and the little crank thing. So I just wrap it around a can of soda and it works. Um, but I am using this gorgeous, uh, oh no, it doesn't have the brand name on it. Shoot. This is just an indie dyer based here in Indianapolis. They were doing a trunk show at a local yarn store. The guy was great. I got to talk to him for a little bit. But this is a sock weight merino. This is their midnight blue. It's actually not, it's a DK. Midnight blue. And then I also got this really pretty. It's called Gulf Waters. I love it so much. It's just like green and teal and blue. But I'm going to be doing a brioche hat out of the two of these because I think that's going to be really pretty. I don't have a specific pattern in mind yet. I'm probably just going to mock it up as I go. However, I am thinking about doing, I think it's the star decrease, so that like when you're looking at the top of the hat, the decreases come in arms like this, and it makes kind of like a star pattern right there. I don't know how to do that yet, so I will have to look up a couple different ways that I can do that. Other than that, it's just going to be a basic brioche knit and round, just to make like a nice little beanie for the winter because it does get cold in Indianapolis. Um, so that's next on my needles, most likely. Um, I also have this. Oh, that's not coming up as green on camera. It is a very green cotton yarn. It is a fingering weight. It's brand Garn Royal. It's 8/4 cotton. I got it from Hirschner's on sale. So these were like 98 or 99 cents a skein. Very excited because I'm making a t-shirt out of this. It's the Tipsy Tea. I'll link it in the doobly-doo. But it takes, for me, it takes 11 skeins. So I definitely didn't want to go with something too expensive. So, $11 to make a t-shirt for myself is amazing, especially considering I was looking into getting, this is the Blossoms yarn. Oh, just, it's gorgeous. Every cake I've seen of this is just absolutely gorgeous and soft. I love it so much. But it's like $40 a cake. Which for hand dyed, absolutely. Like that's okay, fine. Um, but when I need a ton to make a shirt for myself because I am very large, um, it was like $800 that I would have to buy in yarn, in the Blossoms yarn, in order to make this t-shirt. And I can't do that. So little, 99-cent cakes or skeins. This is a skein, not a cake. From Hirschner's, and it's in one of my favorite colors, done and busted. The Tipsy Tea pattern was, shoot, I believe it's like $7. It was either $7 or $9 US. So, it's a t-shirt for $20 at most, which is very reasonable priced. Um, yeah, so that's probably going to be what I crochet once the blanket's done. Is probably going to be this t-shirt. Oh, I forgot to say, these guys. I feel like they were maybe $30 a hank. Guys, I got these a few weeks ago and I didn't get a receipt. So I'm just pulling these numbers out of my head. I know for a fact that the blossoms were 38. My hair. The blossoms were 38 because online they're normally like 42 or 45. And so I was very excited that these were a little bit smaller and therefore a little bit less expensive. So, these were 38. I think these were 30 or 35. Um, and then the pattern for the hat is just going to be my own. So that's going to be free. So the hat should be about, oh God. Okay, well, now that I'm doing math, it's still like a $70 hat, but that's okay. It's something I made for myself, and I'm very happy about it. So that's next. Ooh, knocking things around. All right, back to the blossom yarn. I think this is going to be some kind of cowl infinity scarf thing. I was thinking about making it a shawl, but I really need like winter stuff, like really nicely made winter stuff, not plasticky junk from the store that doesn't really do anything. So I think this is going to end up being like a cowl infinity scarf thing. And I am planning on using both of these. So I've got this one, which is like a yellow green to spring green to a turquoise. And then I've got this one, which is the deep turquoise, and then just gets lighter. This is not white. This outside color is just a very, very light blue. So I think those will go nice together. It'll make a really pretty. Oh, this one's called Heartleaf Fern. And this one is Jade Marflower. So, but they're both just gorgeous, gorgeous fingering weight yarn. I'm so happy about it. They're 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. So it should be just a nice little, nice and warm, a little bit of bounce to it with that nylon. It should make a decent, like, infinity scarf cowl thing. I have not looked into patterns for that yet. So I don't know if I will be using somebody else's pattern or if I'm just gonna mock it up as I go. I was thinking initially maybe doing like the what is it called, the seed stitch or the moss stitch, because then that'll make it nice and thick too. That adds a lot of thickness to it. So maybe that. I might also do something, this is very counterintuitive for a winter item in Indiana. Put something like really loose and open and flowy, because then I can use both skeins and just get like a really big voluminous scarf that I can just like wrap multiple times. Maybe, possibly. I haven't decided yet. Um, that is what's all coming up. Have I haven't really finished anything lately. Oh, I went on a washcloth binge. Um, hold on, it's stuck. Shoot, there we go. So I went on a washcloth binge. I made dozens. I made like a dozen and a half washcloths. Here's one of them. This one's made out of terry cloth. I absolutely hate how it feels. So I will be sending it to my mother because I don't like how it feels once it gets wet. Um, but I made a bunch of washcloths for my mom and for me and my partner and for coworkers. And then I have also been making a ton of my little face scrubs, um, which are really easy and they just crochet up so quickly. It's like half an hour, but they're just nice little, see, you just knit it, not knit, you crochet this in a circle and then add a little handle. I'm currently using this one as a coaster, multi-purpose. Um, so it is a little damp. Um, Speaking of, let me just keep the branding out. Uh, but I've made 70 of those this year already, I think, because there's 100% cotton. I can get it made in 15 minutes. And it's just something nice and simple and brain dead that I can make while I'm watching stuff. Speaking of watching stuff, I am finally watching The Gilded Age, which is very good, and yet the costuming just kind of infuriates me because it's all over the place. In some cases, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's very spot on. That's great. I love it. And then other times, I'm like, what the heck are they wearing? Why did the costume designer make that choice? And I guess it's a choice. My little guy lost his key. There you go. That key does not like to stay. So I am currently watching The Gilded Age. I am in season 3, partially through season 3, so I'm almost caught up. I am I am listening to the book called Someone You Can Build a Nest In by, hold on, I didn't make a note of this. John Wiswell. Um, yeah, that's backwards, but that's okay. You get it. It's a sci-fi, or not sci-fi, it's a fantasy lesbian romance. A plus so far. Main character is a shapeshifter, but not the normal kind of shapeshifter, which just the descriptions are great. It is a little gory, so if you are not a fan of like gore and bloodiness, maybe skip this one. The first 2 hours have been fairly descriptive about gore and blood and guts and stuff. So maybe skip it. Speaking of reading, I think I'm crazy. You guys can tell me. I'm doing something called the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do by Qwerty. It they are really punishing us. No, they're just making it hard. I'm making it harder on myself because I have decided that I'm not doubling up on any of the prompts because the rules say that you can use like one book for 2 prompts. And I went, no, I'm not. Why? Um, so I did the math the other day, and I think it came out to 1,400 books. Just, I'm letting that settle. 1,400 books for me to complete this challenge. I think I'm crazy. I think I've fully lost my mind. Um, but yeah, check them out. It's amazing. This October, I'm also doing a readathon by Leandra, the TBR Zero, and it's called TBR Harvest Boo Point O because it's the second year in a row. Boo Point O. I appreciate the pun. And they have created 3 different games. Oh my gosh, sorry. 3 different games that you can do with a bunch of different prompts. So there's like a cabbage patch, pumpkin patch, like maze. There is a scavenger hunt, tombstone scavenger hunt, and then there's a bingo card. And of course, my gut response was, "Oh, we're gonna do all 3 of them." How? How? I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But I'll get back to you and let you know what I have decided. And that's it for this first episode of, what am I calling this? Knitting with Lizzy? It's not just knitting, crafting. Crafting. Crafting with Lizzy. I think that's what this will be called. You can tell me. You're from the future. All right. Bye now.